At exactly 6:12 a.m., an alarm clock screamed into the silence of an empty apartment. No one moved to turn it off. The sound echoed through the small one-bedroom unit in Cleveland, Ohio, bouncing off bare walls that once held family photos. The man on the bed, Daniel Brooks, finally opened his eyes. He was 52, a former firefighter, a widower, and a man quietly drowning in memories no one could see. For 22 years, Daniel ran toward danger while everyone else ran away. He pulled strangers from burning buildings, carried children through thick smoke, and stood strong on the worst days of other people's lives. But the fire that truly destroyed him came from within. 3 years ago, a warehouse blaze went terribly wrong. The roof collapsed. Daniel made it out. His best friend Mike did not. Ever since that night, Daniel has lived with a weight heavier than any flame survivor's guilt. The department called it PTSD. Daniel called it his punishment. After Mike's death, he quit the force. The silence he brought home every night fractured his marriage. Eventually, his wife left, not because she didn't love him, but because she simply couldn't reach the man he had become. The apartment fell quiet. Too quiet. Every morning was the same. Coffee, staring out the window, silence. He avoided mirrors, avoided people, and tried to avoid the memories that clawed their way in anyway. One freezing December morning, while taking out the trash, he saw a handwritten note taped near the mailbox. Volunteers needed community fire safety program, local school. He stared at it, his chest tightened. Fire, kids, responsibility, everything he was running from. He ripped the paper down and threw it in the trash. But that night, sleep wouldn't come. He saw Mike's face, heard the scream, felt the heat. At 3 a.m., he gasped for air and whispered into the darkness, "I don't know how to be useful anymore." The next day, against all his instincts, he found himself walking toward the school. The gym smelled of old wood and floor cleaner. A group of kids sat cross-legged on the floor, restless and giggling. A young, nervous teacher greeted him. "You're the firefighter." "Former," Daniel corrected quietly. She hesitated. "We're just teaching the basics. Fire exits, stop, drop, and roll." Daniel almost turned and walked out. But then he saw him, a small boy in the back, hoodie pulled up, covering his ears every time the laughter got too loud. In that moment, something inside Daniel shifted. He cleared his throat. "May I try something different?" The teacher nodded. Daniel didn't stand over the kids. He sat on the floor with them. "When I was your age," he began, his voice steady, "I was scared of fire, and that's okay. Being scared means you care about staying alive." The room went quiet. He taught them slowly, gently, how to check a smoke alarm, how to crawl under smoke, how to help someone smaller than you. The boy in the hoodie slowly uncovered his ears and started to listen. After the session, the boy approached him. "Sir, my dad died in a fire." Daniel felt his knees go weak. "I'm so sorry," he whispered. "My mom says it wasn't anyone's fault," the boy continued, "but I still get scared at night." Daniel knelt down to look him in the eye. "So do I." The boy looked surprised. "But you're a firefighter." Daniel gave him a sad smile. "That doesn't make me brave all the time. It just means I show up anyway." That afternoon, Daniel sat in his car and cried. He cried harder than he had in years. He went back the next week, and the week after that. Soon the school asked him to train the teachers. Parents started thanking him. Kids would wave when they saw him in the grocery store. One evening, the boy's mother found him. "My son sleeps better on the nights you visit," she said. "He says you make the world feel safer." That night, Daniel went home and looked in the mirror for the first time in a long, long time. Months later, on the anniversary of the warehouse fire, Daniel visited the old station. He stood in front of Mike's locker, untouched. "I didn't save you," he whispered to his friend, "but I'm still saving someone." He rejoined the department, not on the front lines, but as a fire safety instructor. No sirens, no flames, just prevention, just lives changed quietly. Daniel Brooks never ran into a burning building again. But every day, he walked into fear, his own and others, with patience, honesty, and a renewed heart. Some heroes don't wear uniforms anymore. Some battles aren't fought with sirens blaring. And sometimes, healing doesn't come from forgetting the fire, it comes from becoming the reason someone else survives it. If you ever feel broken, useless, or left behind, remember Daniel's story. Your purpose isn't over. It might just be changing shape. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, please consider sharing it. You never know who might need to hear it.